British Prime Minister Keir Starmer is set to address his party's conference in the next hour to lay out Labour's vision for the United Kingdom. Labour is on edge after falling behind the far-right anti-immigration Reform Party in opinion polls. The government now says it will tighten residency rules, with the move pushing applicants to prove their value to society. Another concern is the economy. Business leaders already warning against higher taxes after the finance minister hinted at more hikes in the face of new US tariffs. And more, Laura Westbrook is covering this story for CNA live from London. Laura, what else will PM Starmer try to convey to both his party and voters?
Yes, this is an important moment for Keir Starmer, who is under pressure. He's expected to frame his speech as a fight for the soul of the country, and that he is the person to take that fight to Nigel Farage in the coming years. Now, with the rise of Reform UK, which is leading in the polls, he is expected to frame this as a choice between renewal and decline, and he is expected to say that Britain is facing a fork in the roads. Now, he is also expected to try to reassert his authority and that the government is the one to improve the economy as well as people's living standards, as well as putting money back into the pockets of working class people. Now, it's just been a year or so since Labour won that massive majority since last July, but there have been questions around Keir Starmer's leadership. And so analysts will be watching this speech to try to see what vision he has for the country, as well as him outlining a clear idea of who he is as Prime Minister, as Keir Starmer seeks to appeal to people beyond Labour voters. He's also expected to announce plans around digital hospitals. This is a system whereby people can go online to book appointments with doctors, for example, and this comes back to this idea of trying to improve living standards for people.
Laura, Labour's vision for the UK would include its vision on foreign policy. Under this Labour government, there has been a warming of ties with China. They're calling it, or they branded it earlier, as just a more grown-up version of how relations ought to be with a very important trading partner. Mr. Starmer may visit China this year, but any warming of ties comes with attendant risks.
That's right. Keir Starmer has signalled that Labour is looking for more cooperation with China when it comes to climate change, as well as on business. Chancellor Rachel Reeves has said that re-engagement with China could boost the UK economy by £1 billion. And so there is some signals from this government that they do see opportunities when it comes to business, with China being the world's second largest economy. And so after Keir Starmer met Chinese President Xi Jinping on the sidelines of the G20 summit last year, he did say that the government's approach would be rooted in the national interests of the UK, and he did acknowledge that there were some areas of disagreement, for example, when it comes to human rights, as well as Russia's war in Ukraine. But there have been people who have raised questions when it comes to national security. And there are those in Westminster, too, who do remain China skeptic. There have been protests around China's plans to build a mega embassy in the heart of London. Some conservatives, like the MP Ian Duncan Smith, has said that allowing China to build on this site would invite espionage.
Well, thanks to Laura Westbrook there covering this story for CNA from London.